So my name's Justin, so I'm the founder of TalentVine, and what we're doing is we're starting a new video series now. The reason why we're doing it is since we moved from New South Wales up to Queensland, we've been so blown away by how collaborative and how supportive the whole digital community is up here. And they've been really helpful in helping us and get to where we are. So what we really want to do is to give back a little bit to the community now as well. And what that means is being able to help employers, which is what we do, to be able to find easier, more cost-effective ways to be able to find amazing candidates that are out there in the market. So because of that, I'm joined by the wonderful Lou from RedEye. So hi Lou, how are you going?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Lou, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and RedEye and what you guys do?
Yeah, okay, so I look after culture and people here at RedEye. We've got a team of about 35 here in Brisbane, and we've been going for about 4 years. So we're a software company that specialises in engineering and asset management essentially. So we've got a bunch of apps on the web and mobile devices that asset managers can use to keep track of all the data related to their assets.
Okay, and why we were quite keen to chat with you guys is you guys have really been able to master the act of actually being able to find some great talent and be able to keep them with the team, especially during this time of growth. So what I'd love to get from you and that we can share with the wider kind of Queensland digital community as well is just some really great suggestions and ways that you guys have actually been able to get that talent and be able to attract them to RedEye without having to go externally, which obviously takes which can take up quite a lot of precious capital anyway. So yeah, can you tell us what you found has worked in the past?
I guess being a startup, we have to be frugal in everything we do. That's one of the aspects of our culture. So we're really focused on building the community around us and the ecosystem. It's really great in Queensland having some really top universities and the government and lots of tech startups around us. So a couple of things we've done is we've built really great relationships with the universities. So we're running things like capstone projects, knowledge transfer partnerships, which actually involves students coming into the office, checking out the code base, doing a bit of work for us, and then it gives us the opportunity to employ them casually or full-time once they've graduated. So probably having a strong pool of university students and graduates.
And you've got 4 in the office at the moment, have you?
Yeah.
You say?
Yeah, so we've got 4 people working on a capstone project, and we've probably got 2 to 3 people interning and in a graduate role as well.
Okay, fantastic.
And another great way is to talk with the lecturers at the universities and actually donate your time to getting in front of the students for 2 minutes and telling them a little bit about your company and if you can offer any advice for people. So they really appreciate that as well.
Okay, and is that normally like yourself or Randall, Wayne, like who normally goes there?
Anyone from our team. So it's our, it could be our graduate software engineers that happen to go to that university. They really appreciate their students coming back and talking to their own current students.
Okay, and like, would you say as well that like the graduates are probably a little bit more open and receptive to actually hearing from someone who's actually doing the work as opposed to someone in the like HR recruitment space?
I definitely find it a lot more effective to send the developers or the project managers that are out there doing the work.
Okay, Lou, what about with experienced hires as well? So anything that you guys have been doing in that space to attract talent to RedEye?
Yeah, so again, it's certainly around the community again and getting our existing team involved in networking events, conferences and code nights and hackathons and things like that. So we'll actually support them to go and not represent RedEye, but obviously wear a RedEye t-shirt, but go along to the event, learn something, meet a few people, and hopefully if we've got opportunities open, then that people get interested in our brand and make the effort to have that conversation. So.
Okay, great.
Okay, in terms of our recruitment process, we do a 3-step. In terms of our recruitment process, it's 3 steps. Firstly, it's that face-to-face interview with their team lead, get to know about them, the role, and I guess a basic overview of their technical abilities. Yeah. If it's a technical role, then we'll do a tech challenge, which will require them to take away a short challenge that will give us better insight on how they think and how they decompose challenges. Yep. And then thirdly, it's a round table, which is probably quite different to what any other company does, which we feel is a differentiator. We get 4 or 5 people from across the business. They don't have to be people they'll directly be working with. It could be our CFO or one of our co-founders as well. And it's just a really informal discussion, and the focus is to get that culture fit right. The candidate can get an insight into what it's really like to work at RedEye, what are the challenges, what are the really great things, and the people on our team also get to know people, and they're more invested if the person comes on board to actually really make them successful. So,
yeah, sure, that's a great idea. And as part of that round table, does it have to be like a unanimous yes from everyone, or how's the decision made if someone actually comes through? We
do have a big discussion at the end of it, and if someone feels uncomfortable and not on board, we purely won't proceed. It's just, we have in the past, we've said, 90% of people agree, let's bring them on board, and it hasn't worked out. So we've certainly learned our lessons from, I guess, compromising on that culture fit. So at this stage, it purely has to be 100% yes.
Great. Okay, I love it. Sounds perfect. All right, Lou. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for having us here in the RedEye office as well.
No worries. Thank you for coming.
No, it's a pleasure, and hopefully that was of value for those of you out there in the Queensland digital community.